Hello, Scott Hamilton, ROCKFILE, back with another podcast review for your ears. Going to be talking about the 2020 film, The Night House. Short version is, if you want to see an adult, creepy film, it's probably considered a slow burn, but it's not really. That has some pretty good twists, but not your typical horror movie. Then check out The Night House. It's currently streaming on HBO Max. Chris Stuckman highly recommended this movie. If you don't watch him or are not subscribed to him, he's a YouTube reviewer, and he has been since he was a kid. And he's got massive amount of experience, 13, 15 years of reviewing movies or longer. And now he's making a movie, which I actually contributed to his Kickstarter program to get the movie made, and he's filming it right now. Anyway, he reviewed this movie and really liked it. It blew his mind. It was so good. It's been on the back burner or on my list to see for a long time. I think Walmart here in Alaska carried it for a couple weeks when it first came out, but they don't carry the Blu-ray anymore, and Redbox doesn't have it. You have to stream it. And the other day I was flipping around looking for something to watch, and I found it on HBO Max. And so I added it to my list, and I was looking for something to watch tonight, and that kind of fit the bill. All right, let's give it a shot. I'm in the mood. Let's pop some popcorn, set the lights for movie time, and go. It's really great. I don't know if I'm as enamored with it as Chris Stuckman was, but yeah, I can't wait to see what else this guy does. David Bruckner is the director. He directed in 2017 a movie called The Ritual. If you've seen that, it's on Netflix. It's good. That's a good horror movie. Then he directed this. He produced a few movies, and he's working on the new Hellraiser movie that's supposed to come out later this year. David Goyer produced The Night House and the upcoming Hellraiser movie, so I guess that's the connective tissue there. The Night House tells the story of Rebecca Hall's character, Beth, who loses her husband. This has happened at the very beginning of the movie. She's coming home from the funeral, basically. And the movie leads you to believe, and I won't get into any spoilers here, that it's kind of a ghost story or a haunted house story. Not exactly what's going on here, maybe or maybe not. You don't really know. Is she mentally unstable? Is what happens in the house really happening, the things she finds? It's really more of a mystery with some creepy undertones, and it gets really creepy by the end. I would put it in the horror genre, but you don't have too many out-and-out scares. It's more just atmospherically creepy. And then when some revelations happen, you'll get chills. Some good, some bad. You know, sometimes you get chills for, oh, wow, that's, ooh, you know. And then other times, ooh, you know. So you'll kind of get both in this film. Yeah, I think the guy could do good with Hellraiser. He had not a whole lot of money for this movie. It didn't make a whole lot of money. Cinema score wasn't very good for it. It's because it was sold as a typical horror movie. It was going to have a lot of jump scares and people getting murdered and things like that. And no, it's not really that kind of movie. And when you missell a movie to people, you do a disjustice, you know, a misjustice, an injustice to the film. And people wind up not going to see it. So hopefully it finds a home on HBO Max. If you have a subscription to that service, I highly recommend the movie. Rebecca Hall's performance is amazing. Sometimes when I watch actors, and I'm not the only one who feels this way, you know, if they're playing on the edge of crazy, you wonder how difficult or easy it is for the actor. Does that make sense? If you watch like Nicolas Cage, you figure he's on the edge of crazy just about every role he's in. That's probably the way Nicolas Cage is in real life. Don't know much about Rebecca Hall in real life, but man, making you question her sanity while empathizing with her and going through this journey that she goes through, it's quite an actor's tour de force. Kudos. I mean, really did an amazing job with it. Could have taken it over the top in a few areas and didn't. Was happy with the way it ended. The movie shows a lot of restraint. David Bruckner, the director, could have taken a few scenes in much different ways, and that's the kind of the surprise. There's a major revelation that happens that's just, it caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting that much of a thing that happened. Like I said, no spoilers here. I want people to watch this movie. The other actors do well. Not that they're given a whole lot to do. This is pretty much Rebecca Hall's movie. When they're caused to perform, the rest of the cast does well. Pretty much an unknown guy plays her dead husband, and you see flashbacks and pictures and stuff. And I guess he's very photogenic, and he does well with the role, given, he's playing a dead guy, pretty much. The Night House is not what you expect, and I wouldn't say it's slow paced. It's only about an hour and 45 minutes. It's, it takes its time, but nothing's wasted. I didn't check my phone. There were some scenes that got pretty tense, I got to say. I'm pretty numb to everything from Saw to any of the other horror movies that have come out recently. But this, it kind of creeped me out a little bit, or at least I empathize with the character getting creeped out. Being in a house by yourself sometimes, sounds can creep you out. I think she did an amazing job conveying all that she was going through. And I like how, although we're shown pretty much what's going on, you still could be open to interpretation at the end. And some of the best horror, science fiction, and fantasy movies are that way. There's enough there for the average audience to go, okay, yeah, I think I know what's going on. But there's also, the more you think about it, the more is, well, maybe I didn't, this is a whole nother level too. So check out The Night House and send me an email or something and let's discuss, because I can't really, maybe we'll do a spoiler cast. I'll watch it again at some point. I might pick up a copy of the movie. It'd be nice if it was 4K. And this is a side note. It would be nice if HBO Max put more of their content up in 4K. Some of the new streaming movies that they put up but a lot of their other content is not. I'm kind of surprised. I was also surprised how much of Netflix is not. A lot of Netflix shows, a lot of Netflix movies are 4K, great HDR, all that stuff. Everything else, not so much. Got to say, Apple does really well with that kind of thing. But The Night House in 1080p on my 4K TV looked great, sounded great. It was a very entertaining movie. Not what I expected, and I like that. So check it out. Streaming now on HBO Max. Scott Hamilton, I'm ROCKFILE. Thanks for checking out the review. Check out my links below, too. Have a great day.